Hello students, in our previous video lecture, we have seen the derivation of Cauchy's integral formula. You can find links of all my previous video lectures of this series in the description box. Today we will see some examples of Cauchy's integral formula and Cauchy's integral theorem as well. Many students often get confused where to use Cauchy's integral theorem and where to use Cauchy's integral formula. This confusion will be cleared after watching this video. So let's get into the video. Our first example is evaluate integral of z square minus z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 dz over this closed curve C, where C is a circle. In first case, mod of z is equal to 1 and in second, mod of z is equal to 1 by 2. Okay. Now see the solution. Okay. Now let gz is equal to z square minus z plus 1 divided by z minus 1. Okay. We take this function and give a name gz to it. Okay. Now comparing this function, comparing integral of z square minus z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 dz with integral of fz divided by z minus a dz, okay, which we have seen in Cauchy's integral formula. Okay, then we get fz is equal to, fz will be this value z square minus z plus 1 and a is equal to 1. Okay, and a is equal to 1, and what is a here? A is actually a singular point, okay, where the function is not analytic. We have explained it many times in our previous videos also. So a is equal to 1, which is a singular point of gz, this function. Okay, now we take our first case where the C is a circle, mod of z is equal to 1. Okay, so it is a circle with radius 1 and center at origin. I have also explained the equation of circle in any complex plane in my previous videos. Okay, so it is a circle with radius 1 and center at the origin. Let's draw it. It will be like this. So this radius is 1. Okay, then z is equal to 1. Okay, this point, which is a singular point, just z is equal to 1, this point will lie on the boundary of this circle, okay, where the function is not analytic. So if function is not analytic on the boundary of this circle, in this case we cannot apply Cauchy's integral theorem here, okay, because for Cauchy's integral theorem the function should be analytic inside and on the given closed curve. Okay, so we apply Cauchy's integral formula here. Okay, so here point z is equal to 1 lies on the circle where the function is not analytic. Which function? gz is not analytic. Okay, so thus Cauchy's integral theorem, small I, integral theorem is not applicable here. In this case, okay, so we use Cauchy's integral formula. Then by Cauchy's integral formula, we have f of a is equal to 1 by 2 pi iota integral over c of f of z divided by z minus a dz. Okay, this is the Cauchy's integral formula. Now putting the values here, a is 1 here, so f of 1 is equal to 1 by 2 pi iota integral over c, and the function is, our function is z square minus z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 dz. Okay, so we can write it like this: integral of z square minus z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 dz is equal to 2 pi iota f of 1. Okay, so what will be the value of f of 1? We put 1 in this fz. Okay, in this value of fz we put z is equal to 1. So we get 2 pi iota 1 square minus 1 plus 1. That means 2 pi iota. Okay, so value of this integral z square minus z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 dz for the given circle will be 2 pi iota, right? Now we take a second case where circle is given, mod of z is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, so here the radius of circle will be 1 by 2 and center will be at origin. Okay, so we draw this circle, radius is 1 by 2. So in this case the point z is equal to 1. This point will lie outside the circle. That means the given function gz is analytic inside and on this given circle because the singular point lies outside the circle. Okay, so and if the function is analytic inside and on the given closed curve, in that case we can apply Cauchy's theorem. Okay, so here z is equal to 1 lies outside the circle and function gz is analytic inside and on the given circle, mod of z is equal to 1 by 2 or half. Okay, so by Cauchy's theorem, we have integral of gz dz is equal to 0, or we can say integral of, we put the value of gz here, so z square minus z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 dz is equal to 0. Okay, for this given circle, right? Now we see the second example. If f of alpha is equal to integral of 4z square plus z plus 5 divided by z minus alpha dz, then find the value of in first case f of 3.5, in second case f of iota, f dash minus iota and f double dash minus f dash minus 1 and f double dash minus iota. Here C is an ellipse. X by 2 whole square plus y by 3 whole square is equal to 1. Okay, so see the solution. We have given a function capital F of alpha is is equal to integral of 4z square plus z plus 5 divided by z minus alpha dz. Okay, and we take same as we have taken the previous problem. Then in this case, this is a capital F, and small f, f of z will be equal to 4z square plus z plus 5. Okay, same as we have taken in previous problem. So fz is equal to 4z square plus z plus 5, and here there is given alpha in place of a. Okay, so alpha is singular point where the function is not analytic. Okay, and given closed curve is x by 2 whole square plus y by 3 whole square is equal to 1, which is the equation of which is the equation of a vertical ellipse. So this ellipse will be like this. 1, 2, 3. So this ellipse will be like this. Okay, with the semi minor axis 2 and semi major axis 3, and center at the origin. Okay, it is an equation of vertical ellipse, right? So now we take our first case. We have to find out f 3.5 here. Okay, so alpha is 3.5 here, so alpha is 3.5. so f of 3.5, you put the value in this given integral. So f of 3.5 will be integral over c 4z square plus z plus 5 divided by z minus 3.5 dz. Okay, it is alpha, or it is a singular point. Now see, this singular point 3.5 will lie outside this ellipse, because the semi major axis for this ellipse is 3 and the center is at the origin. So this 3.5 will lie outside this ellipse. That means the function is analytic inside and on this ellipse, and we can apply Cauchy's theorem here. Okay, so alpha is equal to 3.5 lies outside the ellipse. Okay, so singular point is outside the ellipse. So function is analytic inside and on the given closed curve or given ellipse. Okay, so we apply Cauchy's theorem here. Then by Cauchy's integral theorem, we have the given integral 4z square plus z plus 5 divided by z minus 3.5 dz will be 0. Okay, so this value, let me check it. Okay, this value will be 0. Okay, now which is the second option, where we have to find out f of iota, f dash of minus 1 and f double dash minus iota. Okay, so here alpha is equal to iota minus 1 and minus iota respectively. Okay, and all these singular points lie inside that ellipse. Okay, so here alpha is equal to iota minus 1 and minus iota respectively are the singular points which lie inside the given ellipse. So function is not analytic inside that ellipse, and we cannot apply Cauchy's integral theorem here. So what we apply? We apply Cauchy's integral formula. Okay, so by Cauchy's integral formula, we have Cauchy's integral formula says f of alpha, here a is equal to alpha, so f of alpha is equal to 1 upon 2 pi iota integral of our function is this 4z square plus z plus 5 divided by z minus alpha dz. Okay, and you must take care this is a small f, and that function which is given in the question, it is capital F. Both are different functions, right? So we get integral of 4z square plus z plus 5 divided by z minus alpha dz is equal to 2 pi iota f of alpha. Okay, and this value is given as capital F of alpha. So we can say capital F alpha is equal to 2 pi iota small f alpha. And how we get the value of this small f alpha? It is our fz. Okay, so we put alpha in place of z and we'll get the value of this f alpha. So it is equal to 2 pi iota, you put the value here, 4 alpha square plus alpha plus 5. It will be the value of f alpha. Now we differentiate this function with respect to alpha. Then we get f dash alpha is equal to 2 pi iota 8 alpha plus 1. And again we differentiate this function with respect to alpha. Then you'll get 2 pi iota into 8, that means 16 pi iota, which is a constant value which is free of alpha. Okay, now we find the values of these functions f iota, f dash minus 1 and f double dash minus iota. Okay, so we put the values in the given function here. So we have f alpha is equal to 2 pi iota 4 alpha square plus alpha plus 5. So f of iota will be 2 pi iota 4 iota square plus iota plus 5. Value of iota square is minus 1. So 2 pi iota 4 into minus 1 plus iota plus 5. That means 2 pi iota, and here we'll get 1 plus iota. We open the bracket. So 2 pi iota minus 1. Okay, iota into 1 iota and iota square minus 1. So we'll get this value 2 pi iota minus 1 for capital F of iota. Now second value f dash alpha. F dash alpha is 2 pi iota 8 alpha plus 1, and we have to find out f dash minus 1. So we put alpha is equal to minus 1. So 8 into minus 1 plus 1. So we'll get minus 14 pi iota for f dash minus 1. Now take the third value, f double dash alpha is equal to 16 pi iota. It is a fixed value which is free from alpha. So f double dash minus iota will be 16 pi iota. Okay. So all these are the values. So we may conclude that in so we can conclude that if the singular point lies outside the given closed curve, then we apply Cauchy's integral theorem, and if singular point lies inside or on the boundary of given closed curve, then we apply Cauchy's integral formula, right? So I hope this lecture was useful for you, and now you are able to differentiate between the applications of Cauchy's integral theorem and Cauchy's integral formula. If you have any query, then please write in the comment box, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.